on his own career, and he did a lot of work with Rubens and for Rubens. And he went to England and really revolutionized the English portraiture. Now, and when Rubens died, Van Dyke came back to Amsterdam, I guess it was, and to take over Rubens' studio. Unfortunately, then he died very shortly after. The extraordinary artist. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just taking and sort of, this is the way I take and approach drawing old masters, is I'm just analyzing. I'm just blocking in the rectangle of the square. Often I'm not horribly accurate, but I'm just trying to feel the basic lines and discovering the drawing or the painting as I'm doing it. So this is a painting of a dead Christ with, I guess, Mary and several women and the babies coming through. I'm just trying to feel the flow of how the forms go. And I think when I was just looking for something else, and I ran across the, I had a slide of this, or say a photograph of this, and it sort of struck my eye. And so I thought I would take and do this. Now my own training, I used to take and draw from the old masters literally every morning before I'd start on my own work. So in a sense, this is just exactly what I'm doing. Got my coffee and just fed the horses, and now I'm coming back, and I was going to get to work, and so I was doing the typical approach to taking and studying. Art really is based on art. And that's not I think that there's a crumpled up piece of paper. So the arm is pointing to this paper, and I guess the frame is actually a little bit higher here. So get the pull, so all of this, we can feel the drapery. Again, everything is building, dropping down. But usually what we're talking about is the play of opposites. So as this is going down this way, we can follow the eye, and we're going through, the drapery is going up, and this now continues up here. Feel this is building. So this becomes a very, very long line now. And that long line is usually referred to, a lot of contemporaries refer to as the mural slide. But we can see that these are keeping this thing going up. So now, from the light through the shadow into the light, the foot is taking and helping to describe the space. Now the next foot is overlapping, and it is actually turned and going in this direction. And what we get then is we can see that with the shadows, we see the light behind. Now the point here is to make on this is then we get the next figure of this little angel's foot back here coming down. My drawing slightly off here. Okay, but notice that then we've got this here, we got the shadow behind that, then we got light going through, and then we've got a strong horizontal behind here. So what he's doing is he's diagramming the space, but he's also creating a movement, and the strongest light is really down in this area. He's creating a movement through the picture, spatially going back in that direction. So we feel this movement going back, and then we have this, the angel is turned looking towards the audience. And this is storytelling. This is plain and simple story. We often, in taking and looking at old masters, we tend to think purely in the abstract design elements. At Van Dyke, now, if we were looking at Rubens and we see that Rubens did it, well, obviously there's some kind of continuum going on there. And that we take but once as you've seen this, I've been doing this, and you look at the picture, it's pretty obvious. A lot of times you see books where they get into all kinds of fancy geometric stuff. Geometry's involved too,